Did you know that China is hoarding a massive amount of food? They will soon have over 2/3 of the globe's corn reserves, over half of its rice, and over half of its wheat. But when asked about it, China lies. So what does China know that we don't? China is the world's #1 importer, relying on the rest of the world to keep their people fed. This makes them the canary in the coal mine when it comes to global food shortages. As Americans, we need to be prepared for potential food shortages. That's where 4Patriot Survival Food comes in. Their kits are compact, stackable, and have received a 5-star review for their flavor and taste. And right now you can get 10% off your first purchase by using code RTD at checkout at 4patriots.com. Don't wait, prepare today. Once again, use code RTD at 4patriots.com and save 10% on your first purchase.
Hello all and welcome on this Friday evening, June 30th, 2023. I am your humble commenter, Tom. And tonight we're going to be talking about something I heard Mike bring up first, but then Rafi Farber. If you're not familiar with him, I highly recommend his content. It's very good. I would like someday to talk with this guy. He's very, very informative. But we're going to be talking about a Silversqueeze 2.0 and how it could possibly be the straw that breaks this globalist camel's back. I don't plan to make this a very long stream tonight. But if you see it there on the bottom of the screen, I have a phone number that's scrolling. If you feel like you want to call in after I get this whole show on the road, then feel free and we could, kind of just shoot the breeze. And down in the chat, I see Rolf Steiner. Greetings from Iraq, where Putin is losing the war. I am happy he's losing the war in Iraq. I don't even know why he went in there. Only Joe Biden seems to. So, there is that. But let me start with the standard disclaimer. All the views and opinions and anything else expressed are my own. They are not connected to Mike or RTD TV in any way. Everything I say is my own opinion. It hasn't been approved or reviewed or any of that by Mike. And and also make sure you check out 4Patriots. Use Mike's code RTD. I've said this numerous times. They are a great company. They are, I believe, based in Utah. I could be wrong, but they are an American company. And they're good. The food is good, and it is a critical thing to have on hand should the crap hit the fan, as they say. And let me just mention really quickly, if you see here, I have my Twitter feed pulled up. I'm going to make this very brief because this is completely separate from RTD TV. I want you guys to go over to my Twitter feed and then check out my pinned tweet. It is in the description of this video. I'm doing a giveaway, and I'm just going to leave it at that so as not to run afoul of YouTube's terms of service. I don't know how that works, but I know that it's something that you guys will want the chance to win. So go check out my Twitter feed, follow the instructions, and you'll be good to go. And now, with that all being said, we are going to get into the state of the world. And the last video that I did here was the collapse of complex systems, right? And how it seems like everything is falling apart in unison, while there are the powers that be that are like sometimes seemingly trying to pick up the pieces and rebuild while also trying to go for a power grab. And we're also being hit with just this tremendous amount of distraction. If any of you guys have been paying attention to, the popular topics of the day for most of this month, it's seemingly all been distractions and lies. Okay, we're to the point right now where we're literally having conversations about billionaires fighting in a coliseum like it was ancient Rome. I mean, give me a break. You got Zuckerberg and Musk who avowed some sort of fight to the death or whatever over some financial dispute. I don't even know. It's absolutely just bonkers. Okay. And then if that wasn't enough, we had this whole military coup in Russia that wasn't. That didn't happen. We have the whole Titan sub thing that they dragged on for a week past what they should have. God rest those people's souls, and God, and just God forbid the fact that the mainstream news and this administration use this tragedy to just distract from all of this other stuff that was going on. We're like in distraction inception. It's distraction on top of distraction on top of distraction. And then of course we got the UFOs. You can't go without the UFOs because that's the new big thing. This is going to play a critical piece in the puzzle that is being formed right now. Keep your eyes on this UFO thing. And why I bring this all up, all of these distractions, right? Because there's a bigger game at play. And like I said before, if you haven't followed Rafi, if you don't know who he is, check out his channel. Mario, he does, like Mike and Mario, he does content with him sometimes. He contributes to like Arcadia Economics. And his view of this is a Silversqueeze 2.0 could be the knockout blow to eject the warp core, as he says, because it's the fiat currency is the lifeblood of this corrupt authoritarian system. And I agree with him. And it kind of got me amped up between his video and the one Mike did the other day. If you haven't watched that, the short video for Silversqueeze 2.0, to be like, yeah, this could be the thing. Like if everybody were to go out, and I'm no financial advice, standard disclaimer, but if everybody were to go out and start stacking up physical silver and gold and draining the LBMA, the COMEX, Shanghai, and it was realized that the emperor had no clothes, then the game would be over. That would be it. His theory of the case is that when the time comes that the dollar can no longer be used to purchase silver or gold, then it's over. And we should do everything we can to accelerate that process. And that's what made me start thinking. And I that's where I get a little hesitant, because we have to remember that these people are the ones with the money printers. They have unlimited. When I say these people, I mean the powers that be. These power structures that are collapsing in real time that we talked about in the video I did last week. These are the people that have access to unlimited amounts of capital. And where I think Rafi maybe didn't think this through or didn't express his views totally, if it becomes apparent that the people, if they know that we know that they know that we know that they are lying, they have tremendous resources at hand. They own tremendous amounts of assets, and they're not just going to go quietly into the night and let the people take back their sovereignty, especially in a country like the United States, where the people are the sovereign. They are going to fight back, and it will get more and more authoritarian and more aggressive until people wake up to the fact that the institutions themselves that are being represented by the people who are trying to take control over us need to be delegitimized. And that's where I'm going to take what Rafi was saying and I'm going to extend it some. Not only do we need to delegitimize the banking system, not the banking system so much, we need to accelerate hyperinflation almost. We need to make sure by draining these vaults, okay, and we need to I don't want to put words in his mouth, but we basically need to push the end game, okay, like an accelerationist type of view. But we got to be careful, because these people are not going to go quietly into the night, and they're going to get more and more authoritarian. And I'm going to add on to his point of view by saying not only do we need to do that, we need to take away the source of their power, which is this fiat currency. The fiat currency only has power because of its convertibility to gold and or silver. but we need to delegitimize the institutions from which these individuals preach and dictate and control the population. Like, let me just give you an example. If say the police, right? If the police in your town, they couldn't arrest you, nobody believed in their power, they didn't have guns, you could just mock and ridicule them, and they would tell people they were under arrest, and the people would constantly walk away without repercussion. That's the deal. That police department would be completely delegitimized. And then at that point, it wouldn't matter how much money or resources they had, because the people will have had lost faith in that institution. And that's where I think we need to get to. And like everything, I'm of two minds of this. It's a tricky game to play, because like I was talking about in the collapse of complex systems, there are powerful people that are looking to exert influence and take control. So how do you make sure when the glass house breaks, it breaks in a way that you can rebuild it? You, the people watching this, you, the sound money folk, you, the people who feel this country's worth saving, versus some globalist authoritarian that's just going to rebuild it into a prison to enslave us. So we got to be careful, but we got to take the shot now. No investment advice, no financial advice. But what I'm doing is I'm buying more silver. I'm also giving some away on my channel, so check out that link down in the description. Let me see a couple of chats we got right here. We got Roland. I know you would think he would have learned by now. Vote Biden 2024. Don't risk disappointment again. Wall Street Silver. Then I'm going in reverse chronological order. I don't know what you mean by this, a watchman, but that watch. If you're talking about Wall Street Silver's YouTube channel, watch the one that Rafi just did. Very, very inspirational. We'll say that. But yeah, these people, they're not just going to go quietly into the night, and we need to go on the offensive in a Silversqueeze 2.0. We need to take all of the physical out of the market, in my opinion. But then we need to be prepared by being aware of what's going on us, especially in the political space, because the political space is how a lot of this authoritarianism and this abuse of institutions is carried out. So we see, like, we get these good things. Okay, Supreme Court kills Biden's student loan relief plan. Okay, that's good. But we're at a point now where the regime that's in power is only constrained by 9 people in robes who are like sitting in their Ivy Tower, like making dictates based on blatantly unconstitutional things. It shouldn't have to get to that point, but it is. It's a sign of desperation. So we get these little wins, and people get all happy, like, oh, well, they struck down Biden's unconstitutional thing, but they're not just gonna stop. They're gonna ratchet it up. And a lot of people are gonna fall away into the ether, not wanting to be bothered, and just go along for the sake of their family, their house, their this, their that, their material possessions. But I'm sorry, I have a feeling. I have this thing in my soul that says the generation we're living through now is a revolutionary generation. We are going to be the vanguard of something new. We will be. Just try to get that through your head. And maybe I'm wrong, but shouldn't you just address all of these things as they come, as if there's no coming back from this? Because I have yet to talk to anybody Okay. I've yet to talk to anybody who can explain to me or rationalize to me, like, yeah, things are bad now, but this thing is happening, or there's this avenue to take to get us back from where we're headed. I'm sorry. The system is collapsing. We can't, I don't want to repeat myself, but we need to make sure we are on our front foot at all times, not one step back. Because, and it just seems so freaking convenient that we have this long, drawn out holiday, the birth of our nation, Independence Day, and it's on a Tuesday. And my bank will be closed from Saturday till Wednesday. They're Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they're going to be closed. It seems like the perfect time to launch some sort of bank cyber attack, where then that gives the Fed justification for implementing this Fed Now thing that they're planning to do. I believe it's July 21st or 23rd. I forget. I don't have it pulled up. It seems very convenient. Not saying it's going to happen, but be aware of what's going on. We might think and we might believe that we're getting these wins in the Supreme Court cases and whatever it is, culture war, economic, whatever the case. But they're superficial. It's all distraction. Like I was saying before, all of this is just distraction. The system is collapsing, and I'm thinking I'm on Rafi's side with this. We need to take a decisive measure. We need to take that decisive blow that knocks the system out for good. And that he is absolutely correct insofar as if we were to drain these vaults and show that the LBMA or the COMEX or whatever vault didn't have the money, the metal that they are supposed to have, everything would collapse. Everything would collapse, but their teeth would bite harder. And that's where I'm trying to come up with an idea of how to fight back against that. And the only way I can think to do that is to get it in your head, these institutes, all of these institutions, they were instituted among men by our founders. They were not perfect. But I believe in my heart that our founders had good intentions, and we, in America at least, have the best system. It's a system that most of the rest of the world wants to live in, and that's why we have people flooding over our borders. It's worth saving, but at the same time, the people are more important. So we need to just start looking at these people as clowns. What power does Klaus Schwab have? What power does Joe Biden have? They have the teeth of the government, sure. But eventually, the people, I'm hoping, the people that are meant to carry out these dictates from these tin pot dictators in Washington are going to say, I've had enough, when they can't feed themselves because the economy is so far screwed up. And it's up to us to keep pushing that narrative that these institutions are bankrupt, not only financially, but morally. So if you make videos or if you talk to people about buying silver, don't forget to add on to the fact that our institutions are broken and irreparable. You absolutely need to get it into people's heads that the institutions that we are being governed by right now are morally and ethically bankrupted. We had to have the Supreme Court decide that it was racist to not let people into colleges based solely on their skin color, even if they had better grades and whatever else. I mean, come the frig on. We need to drive this point home. And you see things like this. Biden wanders off set of softball interview after claiming there was a war in 1960. And you think, oh, well, how harmful is that? But that's exactly it. He's former Vice President Joe Biden. He's a puppet. And this is the exact type of person they want in power. Because he seems harmless. The same way Bill Gates wears a pink sweater and talks like a, well, this is Mike's channel. I'll be careful. These people come across as harmless, but they're not. And they have fight left in them. So don't get cocky. Embark on this Silversqueeze 2.0. Embark on delegitimizing the institutions. And let me just real quick say, no violence, none of that. Follow the law, but just speak of these people and the things that they represent as irrelevant, because they are. They're absolutely irrelevant. And the sooner we recognize that the mainstream media, Congress, whatever, are just irrelevant relics of the past that are just using us like vampires, sucking our life force as we keep talking about them again and again and again. How about we just let them go quietly into the night, into obscurity, the dustbin of history? I mean, even these mainstream media dying dinosaur outlets only survive because people like me or Mike or name your favorite podcaster or whoever decide they want to talk about their stories all the time. It's going to be hard, but we got to figure out a way. We have to figure out a way to delegitimize these people because they're not playing games. Globalist left plays smash mouth. UK banks shut down Brexit leader Nigel Farage's accounts without explanation. They still have power. They do. And when you speak too much truth and you do things that are against the orthodoxy of the globalist American empire or the globalist world order, they have ways to silence you. Or in Brazil, where Biden was so happy Lula won, only to go and run off with the CCP in Russia. Brazil's Jair Bolsonaro is barred from running for office until 2030. It seems like we have a very analogous situation going on in the United States with Donald Trump, right? Oh, wait a second. Former Trump campaign official cooperating with special counsel in 2020 election interference probe. Special counsel Jack Smith could hit Trump with up to 45 more charges in classified documents case. These people are playing for keeps, and it's time that everybody wakes up to the fact that this is the moment in history. When the books are written, they are going to look back, and this is the moment they will be writing about. And it needs to be a multi-pronged approach. And I agree with something else Rafi said. He said, you got to stop wasting your time trying to convince your normie friends to go out and buy silver. Stop. The people that know are the people that know. If you want to convince somebody, convince a billionaire. Otherwise, pour your heart and soul into it because there's enough of us already. What we need to convince our normie friends of is that the institutions themselves are no longer legitimate because they no longer represent the will of the people in any way, shape, or form. And I'm speaking mainly from an American's perspective. Mainly. We got to drive this point home. So I am not begging you, but I am imploring you guys all. First of all, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Share this video. Share any of Mike's videos, share any of Rafi's videos. Get the Silversqueeze 2.0 train rolling. I want to see the COMEX not be able to deliver a contract of silver in physical. I want to see that. Or I want to see all of the eligible drained. At the same time, you see these insane things like King Charles and Sadiq Khan activate a climate clock today, total theater. It's not total theater to these people. It's a religion of control. You don't just take religion from people and replace it with nothing. Look at what happened in the Middle East. You destabilize a region, you defeat a terrorist organization, and it's refilled. A vacuum pulls in more powerful and more brutal people. And that's what this is happening. As these systems collapse, they're creating new systems to fill the void. We're on YouTube, so I can't say exactly what I think about this climate thing, but you can get my idea. I stick with my statements. Delegitimize the institutions. California kidnapped my daughter. This is about the whole LGBT, whatever the frig. Do everything you can to keep your children away from the systems that wish to harm you, because they most definitely will harm your children. And then lastly, a cautionary tale. France deploys armored vehicles to combat nationwide riots. It's insane. There's these Muslim immigrant riots going on because this kid was shot. And it's terrible that he was shot. But you have an unarmed, natural-born French population that is completely helpless to protect themselves while these guys walk around with grenades and machine guns. They have no respect for France. These people, when I say these people, I mean the illegals that are in France. They have it in their head that the French institutions are illegitimate. And look at the chaos they are causing. We have the same problem going on in this country. And when the money becomes worthless, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to happen here too. This decoupling from and this stopping the fiat life force that keeps this vampiric system going is going to be painful. I can only pray to our God in heaven that it is not deadly, but it is going to be painful. And France should be a cautionary tale. We need unity in our disgust for the overreaches and abuses that this system continues to perpetrate in the name of diversity, equity, inclusion. A fair minimum wage, Bidenomics. These are abuses and overreaches meant to break us, and we can't be broken. We have to be united in our disgust of these institutions and united in our attempt to break them economically through Silversqueeze 2.0. This is a bit of a rant. I'm going to read a few comments. I kind of just, like I said, watching Rafi and Mike's videos in the last couple of days have really, really gotten me worked up. Let me see if we got any comments, and then I'm gonna end this calmly so I can go eat dinner. What do we got? Luckily, Rolf Steiner. Luckily, they're not speaking German though. Yeah, I watched this amazing interview of Roseanne Barr on Alex Jones today. It got a little off the rails at the end, but she said she made so many good points. And one of the things she said is, she says, "I am not going to sit here and watch as my fellow citizens get pointed to the train cars. People need to wake up." It's the truth. Like, how do people not see that just how the situation is dire and the hour is late and people need to wake the frig up? Another thing she said too that I thought was funny, she said, the devil probably handed in his resignation because he saw what these people were doing and he couldn't compete. It is so spot on. You couldn't do a better job if you were trying, but they are trying. And that's why everything just seems so broken and evil. Like, these people, these elite that are right now taking advantage of this complex system that's crashing around us, they're not atheists. They know God is real. And they're preparing to usher in God's, I don't want to say his worst enemy, but they are themselves trying to usher in deep, dark, demonic, satanic forces because they see the chessboard. They can see over the hill. They can see, they don't report what they see what they see, and that is important. You need to be able to explain what you are witnessing, but you need to witness what you are witnessing so you can see on the other side of the hill. It is an important aspect of this information war that we're living through right now. And I just hope that all of us here, I don't care how many people hear my voice, if you go out and buy an ounce of silver, it's one less ounce. If you go out and you explain things to your like-minded friends, that it doesn't just stop with the silver, it stops with the institutions themselves, that's one more person. We all need to do the best we can to avoid what could be a tyrannical dystopian future for ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren. And with that being said, let me get a couple more of these. They are spraying us like bugs. Michigan, this is not smoke. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what this is. It's bad, though. The last time this came around, I'm in Jersey, and it was terrible. It's atrocious. I don't know how they're not putting these fires out. We got very grateful saying people are under a strong delusion, just like the word said they would be end times. I was commenting about the SCOTUS ruling today, and some of the stuff that people say, it's like they don't understand. No, that's the whole thing too. Like, these people are so reactionary to the extent that, like, their expectations of the way things are supposed to be is too low. We should never be at the point where Biden is trying to just carte blanche dismiss what could be $1 trillion of student loans. We should never have been at this point. So don't these people that are clapping like seals with their mouth open for a fish. It's like, yeah, okay, this is good, but you do realize this isn't good that it's like, it might be a good ruling, but it's not good we're here to begin with. Where do we lose our way? The other side, BRICS, has platinum as money. That I do not know about. You could be right. I do know that platinum is a big part of South Africa. South Africa can't keep their lights on, and mining platinum is very energy intensive. So we'll see if that's the case. They're not in too good of shape. The USA has started using JP Morgan CBDC. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I have not heard anything about that. If, again, any of these stories, I recommend everybody. First of all, I recommend everybody follow my Twitter and look at my pinned tweet. It's worth your time. Could be good for you. Secondly, if anybody has information, news stories, whatever, again, on my Twitter, send me a DM. My DMs are open. I am always eager to hear from you guys. Whatever you want to tell me, send me a news story. Let me know. I mean, just reach out and tell me what you think. Tell me what you're hearing. I'm one man. I can't be on top of all things at one time. And with that, I think I'm going to end it. Thank you guys for watching. Share this video. Like this video. Comment on this video. Let's get Mike's channel pumped up. Check my Twitter out. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't want to get into too much detail on Mike's channel, but check my Twitter out and just share the word. Information is at a premium right now. It's like information has become so forbidden and so controlled that we need to do the best we can to convey what we believe to be the truth, even if it sounds crazy to what a normal person would hear. So share the videos, hit the thumbs up, have a great night, and also Independence Day, July 4th is coming up. Make sure You guys have a beautiful weekend, a beautiful Independence Day, but a safe one. And remember, in the information war, knowledge is power, but awareness is victory. My name is Tom, aka The Coming Conflict on Rumble.